Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy. It's Mike Ganji Bex. Wagwan, I'm here to talk about this game. Sorry, bro. Here to talk about this game, PES 2011. I've played it, I've banged it out, and I'm here to give you guys a thorough review about the game to talk about it. Yeah? I want to start off here by saying, yeah, that this game right now, this game here, is the best PES that they've ever made, yeah? Hands down, and I'll say it right now, the best PES that they've ever made. I'm going to go into why I think this is the best PES they've ever made. The reason why I think that PES 2011 is the best PES ever made is because they've made to PES fans, you'll see it in it. They've made so many under the hood improvements which make the game more real, more believable, and more brought to life and more accessible. First, I want to talk about the graphics. The graphics are very well done because in the graphics here, you can see that they've detailed it a lot and they've added things like tattoos to the players, which I don't think we've ever seen before in the PES game. Tattoos are something which we haven't seen before. We haven't seen it, and they've implemented tattoos. And the graphics, you look at them, they're very detailed and they're very artistically stylized, and I really like that. So I'll give the graphics a 9 out of 10. Very sharp. You look at the pitches, you look at the stadiums, you look at the barricades, you look at all the things. You look at it, it just really looks nice, and it gives you a nice feel to immerse you in the game. So I really like that. So I'll give the graphics a 9 out of 10, definitely. Yeah. I'm never gonna give it a score. I'll just say the graphics are really, really good. Yeah. Now we move on to the gameplay. Yeah. Talk about the gameplay. The gameplay for PES 2011, in my opinion, it rejuvenates the game. The reason why it rejuvenates the game is because the graphics for PES 2011. I'm just going to the graphics. The gameplay for PES 2011. What it does is basically it puts you in a situation where everything that goes on in the pitch is your fault, just like real football. There's no way that you could turn around and you could blame anything that goes on because at the end of the day, the passing is free and it's intuitive. There's no more of this automatic passing that feel automated and or they feel like it's just stuck to your feet. Wherever you pass it goes. Wherever you pass it just goes wherever. It's not like that. In PES 2011, when you pass it don't feel automatic. It feels like you have to get your weight behind the ball. There's a nice power bar, so that means you're controlling the weight of the ball on the passing. So it's your fault when you don't make a pass. It's not the AI, it's not the computer, it's your fault. The same thing with the shooting. Shooting feels very satisfying, just like ever. Just like all the time it felt very satisfying. But I feel in this game the shooting's even more satisfying because the ball trajectory is very nice and it has a nice zip on it. Initially, when you get on the ball and when you try to shoot, excuse me, people. Initially, when you get on the ball and try to shoot, you say to yourself, "Oh man, what's going on?" But when you get into it, you start to realize that the ball trajectory is very good. It's very realistic. Because someone like Eto gets on the ball, he can shoot the ball harder than if someone like Jermaine Defoe gets on the ball, for example. Jermaine Defoe can shoot, but Eto can shoot much harder. It's that different balance of individuality that they've got. They've got skill individuality as well, because the feint skills are very good. I done a feint skill with Ray Rooney, and it looked very, very realistic. And the animations complement the graphics as well, because the animations and the graphics do complement each other, because all of the animations, a lot of them are new. 90% of them, it does feel like a lot of them are absolutely new. There's no more of that sparrow heading animation like a sparrow, flying into a birthday cake or nothing like that. At the end of the day, it's the headings look proper realistic. I was playing with Ivory Coast and Didier Drogba scored a nice header, even though I lost the game against Nigeria, which was a very epic match because it was 2-2, yeah, and I whipped the ball in with Solomon Kalou, and Didier Drogba got a beautiful, strong header that the keeper. Oh my days, going into the keepers. The keepers this year are absolutely fantastic because it's real. A couple of months ago, I spoke about Konami trying to make goalkeepers more humanized. In PES 6, yeah, the keepers were too immortal. They're trying to make the keepers more humanized. In PES 2011, they have implemented that. The keepers don't no longer make stupid parries or just hit the ball with their feet and weak shots don't affect them. They're really strong and hold their own, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, if a keeper if a keeper, if you're playing, yeah, Pro 2011, yeah, and you're someone like David Villa, and you do a nice little lob, yeah, you lob it over the keeper, you will see the keeper, yeah. I don't know about you, but me, this is what I did. I played Barcelona. I got the ball with Villa. I was about to shoot, then I done a little dummy. Then I saw an opportunity, and I lobbed it over the keeper's head. And the animation I could see from the keeper is the keeper looked, because now, yeah, the keepers can actually roll their eyes. They follow the ball. I mean, not the keepers, but the players all round. They follow where the ball's going. You know, if you look at the replays, you see their eyes like following the ball. They follow where the ball is going. So when you try to do a lob and that, the keepers, he looks at the ball and it's like looking at it, go in the net, like real life. When Peter Cech, when if you really see Peter Cech here, if a spectacular goal goes in, he just see him just look at it go in. Like when Iniesta scored that goal, you saw him just watch the ball go in the back. A lot of goalkeepers do that, and that's realistic, and that's what happens in PES 2011. But yeah, man, going into the game, talking more about the gameplay, there are a lot of under the hood improvements that they've made to PES 2011. Like for example, the animations are they're more back, they're more stylized. Celebrations are absolutely fantastic. All right then, we've seen some of the celebration, a lot of them, but a lot of them are new. For example, when you score a goal, I noticed like a celebration where he's kind of getting excited and he's kind of running. You can see the emotion in players' faces in PES 2011. When you score a goal, I scored a goal with Torres, yeah, and I saw Torres' face. I saw the emotion in running. And last year, they looked a bit dead-eyed in celebrations, but this year, you see the emotion in their face. When they score a goal, you see them run, and you know they pile on top of each other. It looks believable, and it makes you feel happy with the celebrations because you get immersed in the game. The thing I don't like about FIFA is even though it's user generated celebrations, so that means it's taken, you know, you're controlling it, so it's taken away from you. You can't experience. It takes away from the experience, if you know what I mean. I like the fact that when I score a goal, I can see, yeah, that the computer, when I just leave it, I can see that it means a lot to the team because I see them celebrating, I see them hugging each other, I see them pile on top of each other. I see sometimes I even see players running off. They're just going crazy, just running, running, running. They're not stopping, they're just running. Crazy celebrations, but you see that in real life. So that's what I like about. I'm really happy about what Konami have done with the game. Another under the hood improvement for PES 2011 is the clock. Yeah, I know that it's not a big feature, but it's an under the hood improvement that Konami have made. The clock, yeah. The thing I didn't like about PES 2010, yeah, is that when you played it, a lot of the times, yeah, you look at the clock, yeah, when it's 90 minutes that's gone past, yeah, you just see this clock stuck at 90 minutes. You wouldn't see nothing happen. You just see 3 minutes and you see it stuck at 90 minutes. That was dumb because the whistle just used to sound any time. I didn't like that. But in PES 2011, you look at the clock here. When it's 90 minutes, you see a clock, another clock on the side, and you see the clock going up. So that means it puts more pressure on you because it means that you can see the time that you've got to score a goal or to try and get an equalizer, try and hold the goal off. You know, what have you, whatever situation you're in the game, try and get an equalizer, whatever situation, what have you, like I said, whatever situation you're in the game, you see the clock. So if you got 3 minutes, you see the clock go up to 3 minutes, if you know what I mean, and a little bit more time is given up, which is real life. You know, look at Man United, yeah, like, you know, last season, Owen, you know, 6 minutes were up, and a little bit more time was given, and look what happened, you know. That's what happened against me when I was playing against Nigeria. With 3 minutes, 3 minutes was up, and I was saying to a referee, I was screaming at the TV, like saying to referees. I'll talk about referees in a second, by the way. I was screaming at the referee saying, "Oh, more time!" And then you know Martins, who is makings in Pro Evolution Soccer, he got onto the ball. Yeah, he done a little shimmy. He passed it to Ogawingi. Ogawingi passed it back to Martins. I tried to get my defender behind it to try to get a tackle, and he just kind of tackled him, but Martins got Makins, as his name is called in the game, got a little, just a touch here to put the ball in the back of the net. And that was like the third minute gone past a bit, but it was realistic because at least you saw the time. I like that in PES 2011. I really do. And I think a lot of people like that because it will put the pressure on them to think that, okay, if it's 90 minutes, 4 minutes, then you see the clock. People like that. You know what I mean? Another under the hood improvement, people, is the tannoy. When you make a substitution, you hear a tannoy. All right, you don't hear them say the players' names. but you do hear them say the number of the player. So you hear them say number 4 for number 18, which is a nice touch to the game because it gives it that much immersed environment. People say there's no environment for PES 2011, but I disagree immensely. There is environment there, and I do like it. You know what I mean? There is a nice environment. Also, as well, I want to talk about the referees. Yes, the referees are on point. I like it. I like the fact that the referees give decisions. I like it because in PES 2010, referees gave nothing. They didn't give no decisions for nothing. Stupid fouls, point blank fouls that you get. Referees never gave no decisions. It's about time that they fix the referees. I have to be happy and say I've got a couple of penalties. I've been playing it a lot and I have got penalties, decisions, and the referees give right on call decisions. And they do give the advantage rule because I've been fouled a couple of times, but my other players got to it and they've just given the rule. I like that. So, you know, the editing is very good. The editing as well is very good because remember in PES 2010, whenever we wanted to edit a player, you didn't know what team he played for. You had to go to a national team and then you scroll down and then you see what team he played for. Then you had to come out of that, go to the team he plays for, then add him on. In PES 2011, there's no need for that because when you go onto a player, you look at his national team, you see him, you can just add him straight from his national team onto what team he wants to play, what team he plays for, and that's realistic. Even though some players they didn't put the transfers there, I'm still happy because they have a transfer section in the edit mode. So that means you can just edit players straight from whatever team and put them there. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? It ain't a problem. Master League is fantastic because in Master League now you can just edit. You can hire scouts. You can buy scouts. So that means you can buy scouts from all over the world. I bought a scout from Ghana. There's scouts from all over the world, and different scouts bring different attributes to your team. So that means when I bought a scout here, or when I bought a coach here, even I bought a coach for my Bayern Munich team, and I signed Eto'o. The coach here would do substitutions. I do assistant for coach, so we'll do certain substitutions at certain times in the game, which is really good because they put the right substitutions, and it's a really fun touch. Master League now is more realistic in the price range, so that means players will be bought for certain prices that is more realistic to now. So for example, I bought Eto'o for 9 million, which is realistic because if you buy him now, teams go for him now, you probably get him for about 9 million, 10 million and that because he's getting older, you know what I mean? So it's realistic and I really like that. It's not stupid like 40 million or something like that. So they've got the price range on lock. And I really like that about PES 2011. So I love the Master League. It's really fun. It's really deeper. The Become a Legend is also really deep as well because the presentation, when you're introduced into both of them, is really, really nice. So going into all of that, taking all of that into consideration, the player individuality as well is better than it's ever been. When you're in a certain players, you feel the individuality of the players. You feel that the players feel like them. You can control the players. The thing that makes the player individuality so good is that players don't feel immortal. They feel like they could be tackled, but you have to bring players to life in the game. If you have Cristiano Ronaldo on your team and you're not playing him and not bringing him on the ball, then obviously you're not going to bring it. There's an element of the game that's missing without you bringing him in the game. And I really like that about PES 2011. I'm really, really happy about the game. So I personally, I'm really, really happy about the game and I'm happy about the things that Konami have added in. So this is my part 1 of my review, and I'll do part 2 in a second, people. But I'll send people this part 1 one. I'll give Pro Evolution Soccer. I might do a little review as well. I'll give Pro Evolution Soccer a 9.3 because it does so many things right for the PES community, and I'm so happy with this game. I'm happy with the controls. There's no more of that 360 dribbling, annoying dribbling. Players move very mobile. Players can turn easily. There's none of that annoying dribbling and nothing like that. It's very realistic. I'm really happy with PES 2011. So people, I will give PES 2011. I recommend it to anybody. It's a fun game, and this game definitely puts PES without a question back in the history books. It does so many things right, people, and I love this game. And I'm going to be playing this for 12 months or however whenever PES 12 comes out. There's a lot of things here that are there that they've done well at. They've done a lot of things well. The Copa Libertadores is a fun mode as well because it adds South American teams and teams. They've incorporated a lot of licenses for different teams. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah.